Hey guys, welcome back. Today I am going to be doing another decluttering video. My last declutter was back in June, and since then I feel like my makeup collection has grown to an excessive amount of products, and I just wanted to go through and get rid of things that I know that I'm not going to be using or that I just don't reach for as much as others. So I'm going to be giving this stuff away to friends and family, and I'm also going to be donating it to Project Beauty Shares. And the reason I don't give away used makeup to subscribers is because I don't want to be liable if something were to happen. Hypothetically speaking, let's say I give one of you an used eyeshadow palette and you get an eye infection from it, you're gonna come after me for that. So I'd rather just avoid that and just give you guys brand new makeup. So that is why I don't give away any of my used products to subscribers. So I hope you guys enjoy. As always, don't forget to grab a snack and let's start decluttering. Sorry about the glare. By the way, the sun is like really shining this morning. So I'm gonna start with this section right over here. Some of the drawers I'm not gonna go through because they are already organized and decluttered. This up here consists of all of my brow products, and I already went through that and it is updated. So I'm going to start with this section, and I will link my furniture pieces down below and how I store my makeup, so just check the description box. So this consists of like under eye primers, and I have some random glitter glue here, so I'm going to just go through and see what I can get rid of. So first I'm going to start off with this Physicians Formula Refresh Mint little under eye primer. I don't really like this. It didn't do much for me, so I'm gonna just get rid of it. Then I have this First Aid Beauty Kona eye stick. This really didn't also do much for me. It kind of reminded me of the Physicians Formula one. It felt pretty good applying it, but I didn't see a huge difference, so I'm gonna just get rid of this. I got this in a BoxyCharm No More Baggage from Dr. Brandt. It was okay, but it's not really something that I saw that made a huge difference with my under eyes and my concealer, so I'm gonna just also get rid of this. I kept these Catrice Makeup Transformation drops in here, hoping that I would use them, and I don't, so I'm gonna just get rid of these. I'm gonna keep the waterproof ones though and use them for summer or for different like dewy foundations, but I'm gonna get rid of the other ones. Okay, next up we have highlighters. Oh my gosh, lots of highlights in here. These are all mostly drugstore, so I'm gonna go through the ones that I just don't really need. Of course, I wanna keep all of them, but it's just unnecessary. I'm gonna get rid of this NYX Machinist Grind Highlighting Duo. I think this was limited edition 1 and 2. I wasn't too impressed with it, so I'm gonna just toss it. These highlights from Pixi, they were okay. Not super impressive. I actually only use this one. This one is like brand new, so I'm just gonna donate these as well. I really do love these Pop Beauty highlighters. It's just one of those things where I feel like I don't need 3 of them, so I'm gonna just go ahead and keep one of them. So I think I'm just gonna keep this one right here, which is called Gilded Light. All right, next up we have some Physicians Formula Butter highlights. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the shade Pearl and just keep the rose gold and gold shades. You guys know I'm obsessed with highlighting, but I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of these two from Wet n Wild. These are from their Zodiac collection. I just don't need them, and I believe these are limited edition, so I don't like to really keep stuff that is limited edition, so I'd rather somebody else get some use out of them. Back over here I have a Maybelline Master Chrome highlight. I really actually like this. I've used the heck out of it. Like you can see, it's a really beautiful color. I just feel like I have shades like this already in my collection, so why keep it if I already have something like it? Like for example, these from JCat Beauty remind me so much of the Maybelline ones, so I'm gonna just get rid of them and just keep the JCat ones. Okay, up next we have some Drugstore Blushes. Now blushes have definitely become, I feel like for me, almost like highlighters. Like I definitely have an excessive amount, but I love switching up my blushes depending on the look that I'm doing. So let's see what I can get rid of in here. I have raved about this palette before. I absolutely love it. I just feel like why keep something if I already have shades like this in my collection? I mean, I love it, but I don't need it, so I'm gonna just donate it. Next up, I have a Physicians Formula Butter Blush. I also really love these, but I have so many single blushes that I just feel like it's kind of just floating around in my collection because I don't really use it, so I'm gonna go ahead and donate it. I'm also gonna get rid of this Wet n Wild Baked Blush. I thought I was gonna reach for this more, and I haven't, so I'm gonna go ahead and give this to somebody else so that they can get some better use out of it than me. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this stuff because I do like to alternate different products for makeup tutorials, and these I actually do go through very often when doing my makeup, so I'm gonna keep those. And I also wanted to mention I have some more blushes down here that I'm gonna get rid of. So this one from LA Colors, I actually just got this like a week ago, and I've been using it after I filmed my video, and it really doesn't show up that much on my skin, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. You guys know I'm obsessed with these CoverGirl palettes. I have 2 of the same ones, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of one. All right, we have some bronzers in here. Now bronzers are another thing that I have a very excess amount of. I definitely don't need 2 of the same, well, they're not the same, but like same brand of bronzers from e.l.f. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this lighter shade, which is a finishing powder in shade light medium. I just feel like I'm not really gonna use this and it's just sitting here, so I'm gonna go ahead and donate this. Oh, hey, there's me. I used this like 2 times and never used it again, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this as well from e.l.f. or Essence, just kidding. I really love Essence. I just feel like, I don't know, I prefer to cream contour with concealer versus palettes like this. I really actually love this Lottie London Tan Time Bronzer. I just feel like I have already shades like this in my collection and I don't reach for this as much as I used to, so I'm just gonna go ahead and donate it. These Wet n Wild bronzers are amazing. You can see I'm already hitting pan on this one right here in shade Queensland. I don't need both of them though, and this one, as you can see, is brand new, so I'm gonna go ahead and give this away. This is definitely more reasonable. Obviously this is still a lot, but I'm not gonna get rid of like an excessive amount of stuff because I do want to have variety when I film different tutorials for you guys, especially my drugstore looks. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this stuff in here. All right, we have some more bronzers and little palettes in here. So I'm actually going to get rid of this L'Oreal True Match Lumi Bronze. I'm pretty sure this was limited edition. I don't really love using stuff that's limited edition on my channel because then you guys can't get it. So it's kind of like, I feel bad. I love these Wet n Wild contouring kits. As you can see, I have 3 of them and I hit pan on this banana shade because it used to be one of my go-tos. I don't really use pressed powders anymore to set underneath my eyes. I've been using translucent powder, so I'm just gonna keep 1 because it's just an excessive amount to keep 3 of them. I'm gonna put this blush over here. This is actually from Dollar General and I really like it, so I'm gonna keep this as well for future tutorials. Okay, we have some more palettes and like contouring kits and stuff down here. So this Smashbox palette I'm actually just gonna keep for a dupes video that I'm doing, and then I'm gonna be getting rid of it because I feel like I already have stuff like this. So look out for this because a dupes video is coming soon. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this Sleek palette. I just don't really use, like I mentioned earlier, cream contouring products like this, so I'm gonna donate it. I love the Sephora collection, but I don't really reach for this contouring palette that much anymore because I have so many other ones, so I'm gonna donate this. These are some products from Forever 21. I actually didn't mind the highlight in here, but I have so many highlighters that it's just unnecessary, so I'm gonna go ahead and donate this. This bronzer trio wasn't my favorite because it's like all shimmer, as you can see. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. So I have 2 shade and light palettes in here because I purchased another one because I hit pan on these shades right over here. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of one because I don't need both. And by the way, this Koki palette is actually a dupe for the shade and light from Kat Von D, and it's a quarter of the price, so check it out. You can get that brand at Walmart or Rite Aid. I love my Anastasia contour kit, and I actually found this Bella Pierre contouring kit for $8 last summer at TJ Maxx. I just feel like I don't need this in my collection if I'm gonna go ahead and keep the Anastasia one, so I'm gonna just go ahead and give this away. I think I honestly forgot about this Kevin Kwan palette that I had in here. I really love the shades. I just don't really see myself using this. It's beautiful, so I'm gonna definitely go ahead and donate this. Really wasn't a huge fan of this bronzing trio from Found Beauty. I got this at Walmart, so I'm gonna go ahead and donate this. I used it like twice. For a second, I thought this was mold on this palette, but it's just translucent powder. But I don't need both of these contouring little duos, so I'm gonna get rid of the Catrice one because I feel like I use the LA Colors or LA Girl one more. All right, moving into this section, we have some high-end highlighters. As much as I really love Ofra highlighters, I feel like I just have an excess amount of like the same type of colors, so I'm gonna go through and get rid of some. So I'm gonna keep this shade right here, which is called Rodeo Drive. It's one of their most popular colors, and I love this one, so I'm gonna keep this. And I'm just gonna get rid of these 3. So we have Glazed Donut, Glow Goals, and Blissful. All really pretty, I just don't need them. I'm gonna get rid of this Anastasia highlighter. This one is in Peach Nectar. It's really pretty. I just feel like this is more so a summer shade for me. Even in the summer, I go for things that are a little bit more gold, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. This Jouer highlighter is really pretty. It's just a little bit too dark for me. Even in the summer, you can kind of like visibly see it on my skin. Like, it's gorgeous, but it's not really a good shade for me, so I am gonna go ahead and get rid of this. I really love Fenty Beauty highlights, but this Killawatt Duo really wasn't doing it for me, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. I'm keeping this Marc Jacobs highlighter for now. I think eventually I'm gonna give this away because I'm gonna keep it for a dupes video, but eventually it's going bye-bye because you'll hear about it, but I'm not a huge fan of it. Okay, over here we have some loose shadows and some like little shadow quads. You guys know I'm obsessed with Wet n Wild, but I don't really see myself using these because I just have so many other eyeshadows, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of these because I'd rather somebody else get some use out of them versus me because they're just literally sitting here. I have a single eyeshadow here from L'Oreal. I thought I was gonna get some use out of it, but I'm not, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. This is from the Camila Cabello collection. My hand is literally shaking right now. It's a really pretty shade. I just don't really use it. I have a Too Faced glitter here. This is like a loose glitter in pure gold. I actually found this at TJ Maxx, and honestly I never used it and I don't even see myself using it. I thought I was going to use it in the summer, but I forgot about it, honestly, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. These Violet Voss loose glitters are really pretty. I just have so many other glitters and like pressed glitters and glitter shadows that I'd rather use because these are super messy, so I'm just gonna keep these, or get rid of them. All right, now we have some drugstore single shadows. This is difficult for me because I do like to keep a lot of eyeshadows to use for different drugstore tutorials that I do, so I might not really get rid of a lot in here, honestly. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this Maybelline Lemonade Craze palette. I prefer the Soda Pop palette versus this one, so I'm gonna just donate this. Also gonna be donating this e.l.f. eyeshadow palette. This is the Modern Metals collection palette. Really pretty. I know I don't need it, so I have another e.l.f. palette that I'm just gonna keep instead. All right, we have some more highlights in here. So I am definitely gonna be keeping this one from Profusion. I love this Luminizer 2 palette from Target. It's literally $5, and this is like better than some of my high-end stuff, so this is great. I really love these sleek palettes, but it's like, am I really gonna be using them? Okay, I'm gonna just get rid of them. You know, I feel like if I have to think about it, I might as well just let somebody else use them instead. These are amazing though. They're beautiful if you're looking for some good highlighters, but as you can see, I just don't need them. I'm pretty sure I just swatched this like 2 times and that is it. This is the Catrice Light in a Box. I love this Catrice line. It's stunning, as you can see, but I already have so many highlighters this color, so I'd rather somebody else use this. I am also gonna get rid of these from Makeup Revolution. These are beautiful, don't get me wrong, but I have 2 other Makeup Revolution highlighter palettes that I've been obsessed with that I feel like, honestly, with those 2, I don't need any more highlights, so I am just gonna go ahead and donate these. All right, we have some bronzers in here now. So I'm definitely gonna be getting rid of one of these Anastasia powder bronzers because I don't need both. So let's see. I'm gonna get rid of the one on the right, which is in shade Cappuccino, and I'm gonna keep the other shade, which is in shade Sable or Saddle. I don't believe that this Smashbox bronzer is even available anymore. I found this at TJ Maxx, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of it. It's really beautiful. I just don't really see myself using it again because I have so many bronzers. Also gonna get rid of this Too Faced bronzer. I actually found this at TJ Maxx. This is a Chocolate Soleil medium deep bronzer. I honestly just don't really reach for this that much, so I'm gonna just donate it. Benefit Hoola is a staple for me. I just don't need both, so I'm gonna keep the full size and give away the little mini size. I probably will be getting rid of this eventually, but again, I'm gonna be using this for a dupes video. All right, here we have some more blushes. Some of these are high end, and I'm definitely gonna be getting rid of some in here. So I love this Kwan blush. This one is in Sunset. Literally so pretty, but it's like, I already have colors like this, so why keep both? I mean, they're kind of similar. So I'm gonna keep the Becca one and donate the Kwan one. Also really love this Sephora Collection Colorful Blush. You just can't find this color anymore, so why talk about something on my channel that you guys can't even get? So I'm gonna just donate it. There's a lot of stuff in here that I thought I was gonna use and I never got around to it, so I'm gonna be getting rid of quite a few things in here. So I'm gonna get rid of this from Bareminerals. I thought I was gonna use it, and again, I never did. I probably won't, and it's just gonna sit here, so I'm gonna just donate it. I really don't need this many Becca Backlight or First Light priming filters, so I'm gonna go ahead and just keep one and give away the other 2. Really wasn't a huge fan of this Physicians Formula Spotlight primer, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of it. This body luminizer from Hard Candy was super sticky on me. I really did not like it, and honestly, it wasn't even as pretty as it looks in the bottle, so I'm also gonna get rid of this. Okay, I have some different like primer serums in here. This one right here is from Algenist. I got this from TJ Maxx, and I don't even really use it. I used it a couple of times, and I'm gonna just get rid of it. I also have these Catrice Light Correcting serums. I'm just gonna get rid of these because they're just sitting here, not going to any good use. I'm also gonna get rid of these. This is the Mary Duminizer. I love this brand, the Balm, but I'm just gonna get rid of it because I don't use it. I'm also going to get rid of this Liquid Glow from Anastasia. Again, I just don't use it. And then I have this Makeup Revolution Luminous Gold. I just come to the conclusion that I'm not a huge fan of liquid stuff. Like having an excess amount of it is just really wasteful in my collection. So I'm just going to give this away. I'm also going to give away this Flesh Primer from Ulta. I just don't use it, so why keep it? Okay, next up I have lots of foundations. I am aware nobody needs this many foundations, but for me, I like to have a variety so I can switch things up whenever I'm doing tutorials and talking about new products. I also like to have different shades for either cream contouring or whenever I'm super fair, self-tanned, super tan. So that is why this situation is going on. I'm gonna go ahead and donate these, the e.l.f. Foundation Serum and the Bareminerals Bare Pro Foundation. I actually really like both of these, but I just don't really reach for them that much. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this Lottie London Selfie Ready Foundation. I actually really love this. I just don't even know why I have it because there's like a tiny bit left, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. I love Too Faced face products, but honestly, my skin is not as oily as it used to be, and this foundation is very matte. Even though it does say Comfort Matte Foundation, for my skin, it's a little too much, so I'm gonna go ahead and donate these. I'm gonna go ahead and donate these Maybelline Stick Foundations. The Superstay wasn't my favorite. I kept these dark shades to cream contour, but I don't really see that happening, so I'm just gonna go ahead and donate them. I really love the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Foundation, but the shades are so wrong for me, so I need to get some new ones, so I'm just gonna go ahead and donate these. I'm also going to be getting rid of this Dream Satin Liquid Foundation from Maybelline just because I don't really use it. Also going to get rid of the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. This foundation was pretty on my skin, but once again, I don't really use these, so I'm going to donate them. Okay, next up I'm going to go through my lash section. I have a lot of lashes, and some of the ones in here I really do like, but some of them are a little too natural for me and I just don't really use lashes like that, so I'm going to go ahead and donate them. I have the Salon Perfect 652 lashes. I love the 614s more than these, so I'm going to go ahead and give these away. I actually really like these CoverGirl lashes, and I just feel like somebody else should get some better use out of them versus me because they are super natural. I have a bunch of Kiss lashes here that I am going to be giving away and donating some as well, just because they're really gorgeous. I don't really need to keep all these lashes in here. I have tons of like my Salon Perfect 614, so I'm just gonna go ahead and give some of these away. These used to be one of my favorite pairs, but I definitely prefer the 614s again over these. These are the 615s. Really pretty, but I'm gonna give these away. I also have some extra lash glue here in the back, and I'm gonna go ahead and give this away as well. Okay, up next I have my high-end eyeshadow palettes. The first palette I have here is from Nars. This is the Nars Narcissist palette. I actually really liked this palette, but I feel like I have 1,000,001 of these colors in my collection, so I'm gonna go ahead and just donate this. This next palette literally breaks my heart. This was so expensive. This was like over $100, and honestly I regret it because it's not even worth, I would say, even like 50 bucks. I mean, it's not a terrible palette, but it's not worth that price tag. So I definitely have way better eyeshadows in my collection than this. Anastasia and Huda Beauty beats this formula hands down. So I'm gonna go ahead and donate this because I don't use it, probably will never use it, and honestly it's too expensive for me to even recommend it because, like I said, it's just not worth that price tag. I honestly didn't think I was gonna get rid of this. I thought I was gonna use it just because look at this palette. It's beautiful, it's so me, but it's like I already have these colors, and I'm going to be keeping a lot of my Anastasia shadows, so it's like there's no point of me keeping this. It's just super wasteful, so I'm going to go ahead and donate this. I have my KKW and Mario palette. I actually really love this palette, but again, I already have these colors, so it's like why keep it? Really beautiful though. I mean, if you're looking into getting this, I do really like it. Next up we have the Violet Voss and Nicole Concilio palette. This palette is stunning, and I thought I was going to use it, but I've just come to the conclusion that Violet Voss isn't my favorite when it comes to eyeshadows. It's not terrible, but it's not my favorite, so I'm gonna go ahead and donate this. I was just staring at this palette for like 3 minutes debating if I wanted to keep it. I got this in a BoxyCharm, and although I really do love it, I'm just like, am I really gonna use this a lot? And if I am, I'm probably gonna have to mix it with other eyeshadow palettes when I'm doing tutorials, and I really don't like doing that because I feel like I wanna make things as easy as possible when it comes to doing my tutorials, and I'd rather just kind of have everything all in one palette, so I'm gonna go ahead and donate this. So I'm left with 2 Huda Beauty palettes, which I really love, my Anastasia eyeshadow palettes, a Sephora Pro palette, the colorful one, and my Urban Decay Born to Run palette, which I think is a lot more reasonable. Okay, in the next drawer I have some more affordable and drugstore eyeshadow palettes. Okay, I just tilted the camera upwards because the lighting is just getting so bad with the sun shining through. So I love Melissa Michelle and her collabs are amazing, but I'm just gonna go ahead and keep one palette and get rid of the other just because I don't need both. So I'm gonna keep the Bling on the Glam one and I'm gonna donate the first collab that she did. And I believe these are limited edition too, so you guys know how I feel about limited edition stuff. I'm also gonna be getting rid of this NYX Grind palette. It's really pretty. I like the mattes in here more than the shimmers, but this was also limited edition, so I am gonna donate it. I love Carly and I love these palettes, but once again, I don't need both, so I'm gonna keep one, donate the other. All right, guys, so we are in the other section of my beauty room. So I'm gonna go ahead and go through my powders and get rid of a few things. So these are the translucent and pressed powders that I decided to get rid of. I just don't really reach for these as much to keep them in my collection. Like, I'd rather give them away. And then as far as pressed powders, I don't really use that much pressed powder, so I only kept a few, and I also kept some blotting powder. So some of these I already had backups of, so I figured I would just give it away because, like, why keep it? So these are the powders I'm going to be getting rid of. Okay, next up I have a ridiculous amount of primers and like primer sprays that this is too much. Okay, so obviously I'm not going to go through every single primer and tell you guys why I'm getting rid of it, but just long story short, as the case with most of my collection, I don't use a lot of this stuff, and a lot of this primers I actually already have backups of in my collection, so it's like, why keep 2 or 3 of the same primers? Okay, next drawer is setting sprays. So definitely need to go through this because it's just too much. So just like most of my makeup, I just don't need these setting sprays, and a lot of them really honestly weren't my favorite. I definitely have preferences, and I mean, I do like to recommend different products to you guys, but I also don't want to be recommending, let's just say, like 20 matte setting sprays, because you're going to be like, okay, which one should I buy? So I really try to narrow it down to the ones in my collection that I actually will rotate and use, whereas these, I feel like they don't really fall in the mix, so I'm going to be donating these. Alright guys, so that completes this declutter video. So what I ended up doing was just dividing everything up into this huge bin that I got from like Target. So at first I started just dumping the products in the bin, but then I decided to get smaller bags to divide everything up as best as I could. I'm gonna have some family and friends look through this bin, and then anything else I'm just gonna be donating it. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it inspired you to go through your makeup as well and get rid of things. It feels really good. It's kind of just like a big weight has been lifted off my shoulders, because it gets really overwhelming having so much makeup when I know that a lot of it is just going to waste, honestly. So I'd rather just give it away. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon.